Alright guys, let's discuss this question. X is tending to 0, I get 0 by 0 form, right? Let us use L'Hopital's rule. When I differentiate the numerator, I'll use Leibniz rule. Differentiate the upper limit 1. In place of t, you put upper limit. Okay, and then differentiation of lower limit is 0. Differentiation of x is 1. X is tending to 0, you get 0 into sine 0. That is equal to 0. Answer is option A. Okay, now theta 1 and theta 2 are respectively the least and greatest values of theta in open interval 0 to pi except pi. Using this relation, I will get theta 1 and theta 2. Then I should find out what is the value of this. Cot can be written as cos by sine, so this is cos square by sine square. Minus 5 by sine plus 4 is equal to 0. If you multiply throughout by sine square, okay, so this is 2 cos square minus 5 into sine plus 4 sine square is equal to 0. Okay, cos square can be written as 1 minus sine square minus 5 into sine plus 4 sine square is equal to 0. Okay, I'm going to take sine theta equal to t. If I take suppose sine theta equal to t, you get 2 into 1 minus t square. Okay, so this becomes 2 into 1 minus t square minus 5 into t plus 4t square is equal to 0. Okay, so you get 2 minus 2t square minus 5t plus 4t square is equal to 0. 2t square minus t square will be equal to 2t square minus 5t plus 2 is equal to 0. If I split the middle term, 2t square minus 4t, okay, 2t square minus 4t minus t plus 2 is equal to 0. I take 2t common, left out is t minus 2, take minus 1 common, t minus 2 is equal to 0. So t equal to 2 and t equal to half. Okay, t equal to 2 is not possible because sine theta cannot be equal to 2. Sine theta should lie between minus 1 plus 1, no solution. Here sine theta equal to half. Sine theta equal to half, obviously theta should be equal to either pi by 6, okay, or it should be equal to 5 pi by 6. So this will be theta 1, this will be theta 2. According to the question, theta 1 theta 2 smallest and least values. Now I should find out integration of theta 1 to theta 2. Cos square theta d theta. Theta 1 to theta 2 cos square 3 theta d theta. Okay, so this is equal to integration of theta 1 will be equal to 5 by 6. This will be 5 pi by 6. Okay, cos square x is 1 plus cos 2x by 2. 1 plus cos 2 into 3 theta whole divided by 2. And then this is d theta. Half is a constant, integration of d theta is theta. So this is pi by 6 to 5 pi by 6. Okay, and then this is 1 by 2 sine 6 theta divided by 6 between the limits pi by 6 to 5 pi by 6. Okay, now if I substitute 1 upon 2, upper limit is 5 pi by 6, lower limit is pi by 6, plus 1 upon 12, upper limit will be equal to sine 5 pi, 6 and 6 cancels, minus sine pi minus sine 5 pi. Okay, anyways that is 0 only, sine of multiple of pi is 0. So this will be equal to, upper limit will be equal to 5 pi minus lower limit will be equal to sine pi. Anyways both are 0, sine of any multiple of pi is 0. So this is 0 and this is 0. So you will get this is 4 pi by 6. 1 upon 2, this is 4 pi by 6. Okay, so that is equal to pi by 3. That's answer guys. Answer is option D. Okay, now if I integrate this directly, on integrating, integration of p dash of x is p of x. Again this will be equal to p of 1 minus x. Coefficient of x is minus divided by minus plus c. So I get p of x plus p of 1 minus x is equal to c. Okay, call equation 1. I put x is equal to 1. Why am I substituting x is equal to 1? Because p of 1 is given, p of 0 is given to get the value of c. So this is p of 1 plus p of 0 is equal to c. P of 1 will be equal to 41, p of 0 will be equal to 1 is equal to c, so c is equal to 42. I get p of 1 minus x, okay, p of x plus p of 1 minus x, okay, is equal to 42. Let's call this equation 2. I take I is equal to integral 0 to 1 is equal to p of x dx. Okay, I'll use the King's property. Change x to upper limit minus x. This will be equal to 0 to 1. You get p of 1 minus x dx. If I use King's property, call this as equation 4. If I add equations 3 and 4, okay, if I add equations 3 and 4, you will get 2i is equal to integration 0 to 1. Okay, so this is p of x, p of 1 minus x dx. So 2i is equal to integration 0 to 1. P of x plus p of 1 minus x is equal to 42. That is from equation 2. This is from equation 2. Okay, so I get I is equal to 21. Upper limit minus lower limit, you get 21 only. That's the answer, guys. Okay, now last two limit of some questions are left out. I will write this as limit n tending to infinity of, okay, n divided by n square plus 1 square plus n divided by n square plus 2 square and so on, n divided by n square plus 2n the whole square. So obviously you will get this as 1 by 5n. Okay, so this is limit n tending to infinity of summation n divided by n square plus r square, r is equal to 1 to 2n. Okay, so limit n tending to infinity of summation n divided by n square, if I take common, this is 1 plus r by n the whole square. Okay, this n will cancel with the square. Limit n tending r is equal to 1 to 2n. So this is limit n tending to infinity of summation r is equal to 1 to 2n. Okay, I take 1 by n out. Let us bring it to the standard form. So this is equal to limit n tending to infinity of, okay, 1 upon n summation 1 plus r by n the whole square. R is equal to 1 to 2n. R is equal to 1 to 2n. Okay, now I'll replace summation by integral r by n by x, okay, 1 by n by dx. So limit n tending to infinity of r by n. R by n will be equal to limit n tending to infinity of, that's a lower limit, least value of r will be equal to 1. So if I take lower limit and upper limit, right, least value of r will give me lower limit, maximum value of r will give me upper limit. Limit n tending to infinity of least value of r is equal to 1, 1 by n, this will be 0, and highest value of r will be 2n, so this is 2n by 2, 2n by n, so I get this is 2, so limit is 0 to 2. Integration of 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse of x. Between the limits is 0 to 2. Upper limit is tan inverse of 2. Anyways, lower limit is 0 only. Tan inverse of 0 will be 0. Okay, answer is tan inverse of 2. There's a similar question, guys. See, I will take this as a is equal to limit n tending, the entire thing you take this as a. Okay, so limit n tending to infinity of, follow this step carefully, n plus 1, n plus 2, okay, and so on. This will be equal to n plus 2n. Whole divided by n power n, right? N power 2n. So this is n into divided by n. Okay. Let me write like this. Whole divided by. Okay. Whole divided by n into n and so on up to n. This is 2n times. n if you multiply 2n times, obviously this is n to the power of 2n. Okay, and whole to the power of 1 by n. If I take log on both these sides, you get log a is equal to, okay, limit n tending to infinity of, okay, log of, this is n plus 1 divided by n, okay, and then n plus 2 divided by n plus 2 divided by n, and so on. It will be n plus 2n divided by n whole to the power of 1 by n. Log m power n is equal to n log m, so this is equal to 1 by n. Okay, limit n tending to infinity of, this will be equal to log of, log m into n is log m plus log n, right? Okay, let me first write this 1 plus 1 by n into 1 plus 2 by n, okay, and so on. This will be equal to 1 plus 2n by n. Log m into n is log m plus log n, so this can be written as log a is equal to, log a is equal to 1 by n, and then you can write this as log m into n as log m plus log n. So log of 1 plus 1 by n plus log of 1 plus 2 by n, okay, and then and so on up to log of 1 plus 2n by n. Okay, now this is log a is equal to 1 upon n. So we go to summation log of 1 plus r by n. R is equal to 1 to 2n. Okay, now log a is equal to, replace summation by integral r by n by x. Okay, 1 by n by dx. Now just now we did the problem, limit n tending to infinity of r by n. Least value of r is 1, so you get 0, maximum value is 2n, 2n by 2 is equal to 2. Let us use by parts. First function is log x, integration of dx is x, between the limits 0 to 2, minus integral of second is x, log x is 1 by x dx. So you get log a is equal to, upper limit if I substitute, you get 2 into log 3. Okay, lower limit is log 1, 0 only. So this is 0 to 2, add 1 and subtract 1 upon 1 plus x dx. So I get log a is equal to 2 log 2 is log 3 square. Okay, so this is 2 log 2. This will be equal to 2 log 2, 2 log 3. Okay, and then 0 to 2, reverse LCM you get dx, minus and minus is plus. Okay, minus and minus will be equal to plus. Integration 0 to 2, 1 divided by 1 plus x dx. So log a is equal to 2 log 3. Okay, dx is x, between the limits is 0 to 2. Integration of 1 by x is log x, you get log of 1 plus x, between the limits is 0 to 2. So this is log a is equal to 2 log 3 minus 2 plus this will be equal to log 3 and lower limit will be 0. Log a is equal to, okay, log a is equal to 2 log 3 plus log 3 will be 3 log 3 minus 2 into, I can write this as log e to the base c. Log a is equal to 3 log 3 is log 3 cube, that is log 27. 2 log e is log e square. Okay, log m by n is log m minus log n. You will get this as log of 27 by e square. If I equate the corresponding value, you get a is equal to 27 upon e square. Okay, that's the answer guys. Answer is 27 by e square. Answer is option D. Thanks for watching guys.